Today we have a 60-minute flow. We'll do some binds, so working a lot with shoulders, wrapping. I'll say it now so that you don't have to get up. If you have a strap or if you have like a towel, even something like this can work, that you can just sort of connect yourself through, or a sock, anything really, a belt, a normal belt. If you have something like that, if you know already that you can't reach. If you're easy with binds, you can always reach, you don't need it. Beautiful, Nyla, you have it ready. Good. Okay, girls, let's start. You guys can start in what? You can start in a child's pose. If you need something under the knees, you can bring that. And then just plant the forehead down. For a variation here and to start to work into the shoulders, you can bring the elbows down onto the mat, bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, and bring that Anjali Mudra behind your head, sort of at the neck, where your neck connects into your head, into your skull. And see if you can find a moment of rest here. If you can deepen the breath. If you can let things fall off you. Using the moment to come back to what really matters. Using the moment to realize how little importance certain things have, even though they might seem terrible and big. But in the larger scheme of things, they start to not matter, or they start to melt into a bigger picture that needs those moments as well. I want to, before we kick off the new monthly theme of elements, which is I'm really excited about, but I want to use this last class here to honor the new moon. I don't know if you have done any intention setting. The new moon is always an amazing time to focus in on new projects, on new beginnings, on setting new intentions, really. And these intentions should ideally come from an embodied state, so let them arise maybe throughout class, or maybe they already come up as I say the word intention, and you know so intrinsically what it is that you want to be, have to be working on this month, where your energy has to go. But see whether you can, instead of setting more resolutions and goals, let it be something that emerges from within, that is sort of a guiding light to make you a more authentic version of yourself. This is what we're doing here. And for me, this is what the practice of yoga is all about. I've spent some time thinking about it lately, why I actually practice, and then also why I actually teach. And one of them is the continuous journey and work on becoming a more and more authentic version of myself. Good. From here, you can walk your hands in, come to a seated position. Good. Bring the arms overhead first. Draw yourself long. Good. You can take a bit of a side bend. You can just arch, reach into the fingertips. Good. And then bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the hands here, and inhaling your chest forward. Shoulder blades together. Let the gaze naturally follow sort of where the chest is pointing. So making room for this expansion forward. Lift the hands away from the buttocks. Exhale, hands come in a big circle around. Interlace them in front of you, coiling forward. The back gets round, generous. Gaze goes inward. Inhale, bring the arms back over the head. Exhale, interlace behind. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward, coiling. Inhale to lift you up. Exhale, hands reach behind. Inhale to lift forward. Last one, exhale, round, coil, bring the gaze in, like a cat shape in your spine. Inhale, come up. Good, exhale, reach around. Good. And then you can sit down onto your hips, bring the legs forward. I don't know if you've been in the class where we've done this before. It's quite a fun move. You can bring the heels about mat width distance apart. So when I'm sitting like this, the heels are sort of on the lines on the mat, of the mat. Hands come out in front of you and see if you can lift your chest towards your hands. You can layer your hands into each other. And with the exhale, bring the right knee towards the left heel, left knee down. Yes, so you're sitting on your buttocks. Bring everything out to the left side. Your hips are lifting off. Yes, exactly. And from here, twist over to the left side. Good. Nice. Inhale, come back into the middle. Second side, bring everything out to the right side. Chest lifts and twists over to the right. Inhale, back into the middle. Exhale, left side. If you're like me, this will start to transport you forward. So you might have to scooch back. Good. Inhale, middle. Exhale, right. And with the next one, come back into the middle. Lift up onto this left shin. So lifting your hips up and forward, sending them forward. Yes, good. Come down. Inhale, middle. Exhale, second side. So really you're sitting, lifting onto both shins. Come down. Inhale, lift and send forward. Good. Second side. The last round. Nice. Okay, and then come seated. Grab both big toes with the peace fingers here. Arms are inside your legs, and then lift one, then the second foot off the floor, hover. Good, and then start to lengthen the legs out in front of you. Keep them together. So from the side, this looks like so. Good, hovering here. And then open the legs. Good, yes. If you have a bend in there, that's fine. See if you can lift your chest forward and through. Bring the legs back together. Nice. And then let go of the big toes, hover. And then slowly send the legs down to the floor. Good. And fold forward into a seated forward fold. Good. Inhale, come up to seated. Cross both shins in front of you. Hands come in front and come onto all fours. Good. We've done some cat and cows already seated. If you need a few more, you can arch here, coil here, just to bring everything into some fluidity. Bring your attention inward and just observe if any of the intentions emerge that you need this month. Good. And then coming into a neutral position. Neutral meaning my lower back is flat, belly is gently engaged, draw the navel inward. And then twist the eyes of the elbows, so the inside of the elbows forward. So you have the elbows, the triceps drawing in towards your body. With the exhale, we're taking a push-up, really. So hover down your tip of the nose towards the mat. Elbows are at your side. Inhale, come back up. Good. Exhale, nose tip towards the floor. Keep the lower back flat, belly drawing in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, 3 more. Down, inhale, up. So your triceps is working. You can, of course, make this harder on yourself by coming onto the feet instead of the knees. But make it slow. Good. And the last one, dipping the tip of the nose to the mat. Inhale, come back up. Beautiful. And from here, bring the forearms down to the mat for a forearm tabletop. Good. Prepare for dolphin. So we're tucking the toes, belly drawing in. See that you can really slide onto the outside edge of the lower arms here. So if there's any flesh and fat and tissue that still lets you slide, make it sure that you're on the edge. Tuck the toes and lift the knees off the mat, lifting hips into the sky. Good. Downward dog in dolphin. So you want ideally one line from your elbows to the shoulders to the hips. So see if you can send the chest more through. There can be a bend in your legs. Keep the feet walking closer maybe. Good. Fingertips are gripping. Nice. And then bring the knees back down to the mat. Come onto the hands. Beautiful. And tuck the toes, lift the hips up into downward facing dog. Create length, expand. Look forward between the hands and step right foot, left foot forward for inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. And from here we come up to standing. Arms come high. Exhale, Tadasana. Good. Good. Let's go into Surya Namaskar B. Bring both arms high. Exhale, interlace them behind the hand. A gentle variation here. Lift the hands away from the buttocks. Chest comes gently forward. Exhale to fold into Uttanasana, forward fold. The ribs rest on your thighs. Arms are still interlaced. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. Good. We're flowing through a vinyasa variation. So you can come onto the knees. Bring the elbows in like we've done before, halfway down. So a 90-degree angle in your arms. Inhale, hips come down, chest forward for a baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back into a downward dog. Good. Look forward, plant the right foot inside the right thumb. Inhale, come up for a high lunge. Arms over the head. Good. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, high plank. Again, vinyasa. Slide the weight forward. Knees come down, elbows halfway in. Exhale, hips down. Inhale for cobra. Tuck the toes, push back over the knees, or with straight legs, come back up, downward dog. Good. Look forward. Bend the knees if you need to, and step the left foot to the left thumb. Inhale, up for a high lunge. Good. Push the back heel back, gentle arch. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, high plank. Nice. Slide the weight forward, last vinyasa of this round. Inhale, come up for cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. Look forward between the hands. Create length. Exhale, bending the knees, bring them into the chest. And step, or you can also hop to land between the hands without a sound. Good. Inhale, bring the hands behind the back. Lift up into a halfway lift. So hands interlaced, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for chair pose. Send the hips down, Hands behind the back. Good. And come up to standing. Take a gentle back bend. And release Tadasana. Good. Let's flow again a bit faster and we'll add some poses. Okay, inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands behind the back, chair pose. Good. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands are still interlaced. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Good. Let's open up into a side plank. Shift onto the outside edge of the left foot. Left hand takes the weight. Right arm comes high. Good. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Right side, left arm comes high. Good. Draw the belly button in. Exhale, come down. Knees come down. And if you want here, you can, instead of cobra, come halfway in and come up into upward dog, lifting the whole body away from the mat. Chest comes through. Exhale, tuck one toe, second toes. Push back, downward dog. Good. Inhale. Right leg comes high. Exhale, bring the foot in. Nose, knee to nose, and step the foot through. Good. Come down into a low lunge. First, inhale, come up with the arms. Exhale, drop the arms down and reach them forward, coming up into your high lunge. Good. Exhale, drop the arms down, knee down. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Exhale, last one, knee down. Inhale, reach forward, big circle, lift everything up. Nice. Exhale, drop down. Frame the front foot and lift the back knee back off. Pivot onto the outside edges of both feet. Right arm comes high and exhale. You can step that right foot back towards the left for a side plank. Yes, good stuff. Good. Bring the right knee high. You can grab it with the right hand and guide it back to where you found it. So step it back forward into this low lunge. Good. Exhale, step back, high plank. Flow through the vinyasa. Weight comes forward, knees down, elbows in, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, roll over the toes, push back, downward dog. Good. Left foot comes high. Exhale, step it through. Right knee comes down, inhale up for low lunge. Good. Exhale, big circle with the arms. So draw the shoulder blades together, bring the arms back. And then inhale, lift them forward and up into your high lunge. Exhale, drop the arms and knees down. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, forward. Last one. Exhale, knee comes down, frame the front foot. And lift the back knee back off, pivot onto the outside edges of both feet. Left arm over the head. And lift the left foot to follow to the right for a side plank. Good. Exhale, guide the left knee back forward. Good. And step the right foot to meet the left. Forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring the arms behind the back. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, sit the hips down, chair pose. Good, lower ribs drawing in, gaze forward, shoulder blades together. Inhale, come up to standing, gentle back bend. And release, Tadasana. Good. Palms forward, lift both toes, all 10 toes away from the mat. For a moment, grounding through those 3 edges in your feet, 3 points, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Nice. And then we'll flow through our next little flow. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, just one dive forward. Follow the midline with your hands. Nice. And just step back from here into a downward dog. Good. Create length, arriving. Stepping your feet into your desired ideal stance. The alignment is so unique for everybody. Good. Inhale the feet together and bring the right leg high. Keep the internal rotation of the leg. Good. Exhale, tippy-toe the left foot. Bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Crunching forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring the right knee across the body. Left elbow. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the knee forward and step it through. Good. Right arm comes high for a gentle twist. Nice. Long line in the back leg, sink the hips down. From here, we windmill open, coming into warrior one. You'll have to step the back foot a bit closer. So inhale up with the arms. Exhale, step the back foot closer. Good. Wrap the right arm underneath the left for Garudasana arms. Good. Lift into a gentle back bend. Exhale to drop inside for humble warrior. Good. Your right shoulder is floating inside your right leg. Pull the right knee in towards your right shoulder. And then release the Garudasana arms. Plant the right hand down, lift the left arm high for Parsvakonasana. Good. Wrap the left arm behind the lower back to reach for the right hip. Nice. And from here, inhale, open into our peaceful warrior. Nice. Exhale, we're taking Skandasana on the left side. So windmill the arms open, lengthen the right leg, bend into the left. Good. And here, bring the left arm inside the left leg as far down as possible. So your shoulder is resting against the knee. Walk the left hand out, right arm comes high. Good, wrap it behind the lower back and see if you can flip this left hand to reach around, binding. If you need the strap here, bring the strap, look forward and up, over the right shoulder. Good. Very nice. Release the bind. Good. And from here, we'll transfer into a floating Ardha Chandrasana. So open the arms, bend into the right knee here. Right arm leads the way. Step the back foot a bit closer so your right hand can come towards the floor. Stack the hips. If you need the block here or the floor, that's fine. But see if you can hover it, float it for a moment. Balancing from your core, from your midriff. Good. And from here, inhale, bring the right knee into the front body, coiling the lower back, and draw it in to come to standing. Good. From here, you can hug the right knee in towards your chest. Send the left arm back for a twist. If you want to already go the next step, you can grab the left foot with the right hand outside and kick it forward. Good. Arm goes back, follow the arm, the left arm. Good, and then come back forward. Release that leg, float it here for a moment. And then step it down. Take a wide stance, mat width distance, sink the hips down. Good, Malasana. Good. We're taking another bind, the other side that you've done in Skandasana, so the right arm comes underneath the right leg, walk it over to the right side, left arm comes high. Exhale, wrap the left arm behind the lower back. If you want, you can go further and bind the right hand to meet the left or use a strap. Good. Exactly, gaze and chest go towards the sky, lift and twist here. Good stuff. And release the bind. Walk the hands forward so you can roll round into the back, releasing the tension. Nice. And then plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Good. Center weight forward, knees come down, elbows in, inhale up for cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back, downward dog. Second side, left leg floats high. Inhale it up there, slow motion. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, tippy toe on the right foot. Really bring that leg in and high. Inhale back up, three-legged. Exhale across the body, left knee, right elbow. Round, push the shoulder blades apart. Yes, inhale back up, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose. And step the foot through. Sink the hips down, left arm comes high. Suck the left knee into the chest. Good. And then from here we windmill open into our warrior one. So windmill both arms up, step the back foot a bit closer. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. Good. So warrior one means both hip bones are pointing forward. Stance is a bit shorter. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, drop it in for humble warrior. Let the breath take you in there. Become this pose, become the movement instead of doing those shapes. Let the left hand come to the floor, right arm high. You can wiggle the right foot a bit further back to create more space. Exhale, right arm wraps underneath behind the lower back. Good, inhale up for peaceful warrior. So left arm comes over the back, open up after all this crunching and binding. Exhale, take Skandasana on the right side. Right knee bends, left leg gets long. So here the right foot has to pivot open a bit. So instead of pointing this way, it now points this way, yes? Good. Crawl the right arm underneath the right leg. Walk it out, use the fingers here to really reach it far. Left arm comes high. Follow the gaze with the left hand. Follow the left hand with the gaze. Wrap the left arm behind the lower back. Good. If you want, flip the right hand to come back. Behind your back, opening the chest towards the left. Good. And then release the hands. Prepare for the big transition. So if you need the hands here to lift up, bring a bend into this knee, do this. Then lift yourself open. Left arm leads the way. Step the right foot a bit closer so you can take off, hovering into a floating Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Very good. Right arm floats. Focus on the inside. So softening the gaze and see where your balance comes from. Exhale, coiling the back, bring the right knee into the chest and hug it in. Pick your variation, either with bent knee, hug it in, and open the right arm back. Or grab the right foot with the left hand outside the right foot and open up. With a bend or with no bend in the knee. Good, yes, amazing. Lift the sternum high, lengthen the back. If your gaze is forward, see if you can bring it out to the side. If it is out to the side, see if you can bring it back to the right hand. Good, and come back forward. Release the foot, hover it for a moment, hands to the chest. In Anjali Mudra, and exhale, float the right foot down. Step mat width distance. And sit down into Malasana. Good. Last bind of this round, so walk the arm out to the left. Right arm comes high. Wrap it behind the lower back. And important here is the flip of this left palm. So if you flip this, watch what happens in your shoulder. It prepares for this bind. It creates that little bit more space that you'll need to reach both hands together. Good. Binds are super healthy for our digestion. They kind of massage our insides. And release the bind. Walk the hands forward to bring around, coiling, a rounding in the lower back and the upper back. Gaze goes into the navel. Good. Nice. And from here you can drop down onto the buttocks for a moment. We'll just take a few stretches, a few elongations here. Bring the legs out in front of you. You can keep a gentle bend in the knees. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, twist to the right side. And from here, grab the other thumb, or hook the thumbs together, and arch over towards the left foot. See if you can release the thumbs and hold on to the left foot, inside and outside. Good. Wrapping yourself, twisting yourself open. You can wrap the right arm behind the lower back, reaching for the left hip. Good. Keep both knees parallel. Don't let one slide away. Good. Inhale back up. Reach long. Exhale, second side. Hook the thumbs together. Twist to the left. Exhale, fold towards the right foot. Grab a hold of the outside with the right foot. Left arm comes high. Reaches behind the lower back. Good. And release, come back up, seated. Good, exhale, plant the hands, cross both shins, bring the hands forward, come back into all fours. Good. Tuck the toes and push back into a downward facing dog. We flow again through our flow and we'll add a few poses. Okay, so inhale, bring the right leg high. Exhale, just bring the knee to nose without the other, across the body, the other elbows. And plant the foot down next to the right thumb. Good, right arm comes high. Simple twist. Good, inhale, come up. Warrior 2, step the back foot closer. Right arm underneath the left for Garudasana. Bring the palms together. Lift everything away from yourself. Exhale, fold in. Good. Peaceful warrior, just one breath. And release the bind. Plant the right hand down, left arm comes high and wraps behind the lower back. You might have to inch your left foot further back. And you can close this bind here if you like. Bring the right shoulder inside the right leg. Reach the right arm underneath the right thigh and wrap to meet the left hand. Good. Twist yourself open towards the sky. Create space here. And then release the bind, come up into our peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale, Skandasana. On the left side. Take the bind if you like, or you can skip it if it's too much. Good. And then release the bind. We're floating into floating warrior Ardha Chandrasana. So right arm leads the way, step the back foot, float. Good. Very nice. And from here, step the left foot back, bring the left hand inside the right foot, pivot the right foot open. Right arm comes high. You know this from before. Step the right foot back into side plank. Option here to keep the right foot inside the left thigh for a tree pose variation. Good. Lift from the hips. Ground the left foot. Ideally, you can bring the left foot fully down to the mat. Good. Exhale, bring the right knee back forward. Guide it forward with the right hand if you need to. Good, left knee comes down. Exhale, send the hips back for Ardha Hanumanasana. Good. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Good. Inhale, low lunge. Good. And now, plant the hands wide, right and left to the front foot. We're bringing this left knee behind the right leg. Okay, so slide it forward, across, and sit the buttocks inside the left calf. Good. So we're in twisted Ardha Matsendrasana. Good. Arms high, exhale, twist yourself towards that right thigh. Right arm can come behind you. Good. Use the right arm as a kickstand to lift you higher. Good. And release the twist, come back forward. Lift yourself up so you can come back into this low lunge, slide the left leg back. This is easier with the kind of mat I have. I'm aware of this. So if you have a sticky mat, it doesn't slide so easy. Tuck the back toes. And from here, we're coming to standing. So round the back generously, crunching, rounding into the lower back, sucking in the belly, and then bring the left knee in towards the chest, and come straight into your twist. Knee bent or leg straight. Good. Gaze back. Good. Inhale back forward. Release the foot. Float it down. Malasana. Good. Very nice. So because we've done Skandasana on the left side, we're doing the bind now on the right side. So bring the hand out, left arm high as before. Wrap behind. Use the strap if you need. And you can stay here, or if you want to explore with me, you can come one step further. Just follow my instructions. We're going into flamingo. So shift the weight into the left foot. Come onto the tippy toe of the right, lifting the hips up, and walk the right foot in closer to the left foot, starting to lift this right foot off, coming to standing. It's easier if you have a strap, if your bind is only just meeting. Yes, good stuff. Amazing. Yes. Come long and strong. Good. Float it and float it back down. Right foot comes back where you found it and sit down. Good. Into your Malasana. Hands release. Walk forward, round. Good. Gaze comes in. Let everything drop off. You're so embodied now if you just let these shapes emerge. Second round, left side. Tuck the hands, step back into your high plank. Flow through your vinyasa. If you had it within vinyasas, you can come straight to downward dog, no problem. Shift the weight forward, knees down, halfway down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes or tuck them, bend the knees, push back, downward dog. Good. Left leg floats with the inhale. Internal rotation of the leg, so keep the knee pointing down. Lengthen. Inhale, tippy toe, exhale. Left knee to the nose. And just step it through. Inch it forward, right hand takes the weight, left arm floats high. Follow it with your gaze. And windmill open, arms over the head. Step the right foot closer. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. Open before you drop in. Into our peaceful, our humble warrior. Good. Relax the head, release the bind. Left hand comes to the floor, right arm high. Maybe your right foot wants to inch back to create more space for you to sink. Wrap the right arm behind the lower back. Option to close this bind. Bring the left arm underneath the left thigh to meet your other hand. Good. Nice. And then release the bind. Come up into your peaceful warrior directly. Right arm stays behind the lower back. Keep the pubic bone drawing towards the navel to keep the lower back flat and long. Exhale, Skandasana. Option for bind here. Left arm high, right arm around. Good. And release, prepare to float. Left leg bends, left arm leads the way. Step the right foot closer and hover. Good. Nice, exhale, step the right foot back. Right hand lands inside the left foot, left arm high, pivot onto the outside edges and take side plank. Left foot inside the right thigh is optional. Lengthen into the right side body, lifting it away from the floor. If your gaze is to the floor, bring it out to the side. Otherwise, bring it up to the hand. And then grab that knee, bring it back forward. Or if you don't need to hold it, float it. Right knee comes down. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Good. Keep the lower back long and flat, lifting. So if you need to come closer with the hands or even bring blocks underneath the hands, that's fine. Left hip shifts back, right hip forward. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, Ardha. Good. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, Ardha, Hanuman. Good, and the next time bend the front knee. And again, slide this right leg behind the left. So draw it in, across behind the left leg, sit down. Good, inhale, arms high. Exhale, twist yourself towards the left, hugging in that thigh. Of course, the option is always here to bring that right arm inside the left thigh for a deeper twisting sensation. Good. Nice, and then release the bind, twist back forward, framing that left foot with both hands. Lift the weight forward and send the right leg back into this low lunge. Good. Tuck
the back toes, lift and round into the upper body. So really crunching away from the floor. Send the weight into the front foot, slide that right foot in, coming into standing. Good. Take it right into the twist, long leg or bent. But see that you do the same variation on both sides. Good, yes. Kicking the foot into the hand helps with balance. Kick it in, kick it in. Good, right arm holds back, leads back. And inhale, twist back forward. Release the hand off the foot. Bring both hands to the chest. And float that leg down. Good. Mat width distance. Sit the hips down. Good. And second side. So left arm comes outside the left leg. Right arm high to create the bind. Flip the palm. Wrap it around. Flip the left palm, wrap it, meet. Good. Stay here, that's perfectly fine. If you want to explore a bit further, shift the weight first into the right foot. Okay, this is important. Then tippy toe on the left, walk it in towards the right. This helps with starting to balance and slowly, slowly lift it off and coming to standing. This is a quite advanced pose, girls, so well done. Good for trying and succeeding, both of you. Amazing. Left chest comes high, long, straight body. Good. And release. Slowly bring that foot back where you found it. That's the hardest part, really. Unbind. Oh, and this is the best part. Walk the hands forward, rounding the back. Gaze comes into the navel. Good. And then plant the hands and bring the knees down. Come back into all fours. Good. And sit back onto the heels. Nice. We're coming into rabbit pose to counteract all the crunching, so we want to round this all back open. The top of the head comes inside or just in front of the knees, okay? So you want to bring this down. Come onto the tippy toes or tuck the toes under. Good. Plant the head really close and reach the arms along the body to grab a good hold of your heels. Good. So this is the setup. Now lift the hips up. Leaning into the arms, let them get long. Rounding, hollowing the front body. Good. The more you lean in, the more you'll elongate the lower back, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Good. And release. Sit down on the heels. Good. Walk the hands forward, coming down onto the mat, into a Sphinx pose. So bring the hips down, forearms come forward. Good. Left hand walks underneath the right shoulder, over to the right side. Good. Right hand does the opposite, walks towards the left. If you have a block or a pillow that you can bring under your forehead, nice. Otherwise, you can also rest the head here against the forearm or the upper arm. Make sure that both hands flip the palms towards the sky. Good. Drop the head in. Good. Really pulling the shoulder blades apart after all this binding. Good. And then slowly come out. First bring the right arm back into Sphinx. Left arm unthreads, comes back. Good. Sphinx pose for a moment. Send the chest forward and through. Shoulder blades wrap along down the spine. Nice. And second side. Right hand walks underneath the left armpit. Left hand walks over to the right. Flip both palms to the sky and sink down. Instead of making Shavasana just these last few poses or breaths that you take at the end of class, let Shavasana be a sensation that starts to emerge long before. The sensation of drawing attention inward. That's such a cliche phrase, I know. But see if you can close yourself off from any thought patterns and distractions, worries, fears and stress. And not because these are negative emotions, but because we don't want to be, we are not our thoughts and emotions. And this is another thing we want to practice here, is the separation away from this construct that we are our thoughts. But that instead we can rest in awareness and observe these thoughts and let them come and go. Inhale, walk back into your Sphinx pose. You can keep the eyes closed if that helps you to let this Shavasana sensation emerge. Stack the hands, rest the forehead down. Gently rock the hips side to side. Hands come by your chest, push up into all fours and come into seated. So hips come down, legs forward. Good. Hands just underneath the knees. Good. Round the spine down, unfurl it towards the mat. Let the right leg get long. Lift the hips a bit up, send them over to the left side and bring the left knee in, hug it in close to the chest. This alone feels so nice, such a release in the quadriceps. And then guide that right leg over to the right, left leg over to the right side. A nice release in the lower back. If you like, you can open the left arm over to the left side. Let the gaze follow to take this twist up into the upper back, which I recommend today because we have done all these binds, all this crunching, wrapping forward. So it's nice to stretch this open. See if you can grab awareness of one of these moments where you are in total stillness, in total embodied state. And see if from there an intention for this month can arise. Inhale, come back into the middle. Bring both knees in, realign the hips. And then send the hips out to the right side. Left leg gets long, bring the right knee in, hug it in close. Nice. This alone is such a nice release. And then bring this right knee over to the left side. And because you shifted your hips before, now they are aligned with your heart center and the third eye.
Take the same variation you have done before. So bring the right arm out. If you have done this on the left, gaze over to the right. The word intention, by its word stem, actually means to stretch. So the idea of to stretch beyond your current state, beyond what you currently see possible, to grow into the ever-evolving being that you are. And growth doesn't always have to be connected to huge change. It can be an internal shift that makes things feel different to you. That makes you see others from a different perspective. Others' feelings and emotions, the way others express themselves. Inhale, come back into the middle. Any last pose that you want to morph into, that your body wants to take shape. Let it arise. See if you can make this decision not from the frontal lobe, but from your bones, from your flesh, from the liquidity inside. Inversion, bridge, anything that brings you that last bit of somatic experience that you need today. And let Shavasana start. And then also start to take the shape of Shavasana. Letting the limbs come out, get them heavy. Take your time to get there if you're not ready for the somatic shape, but the sensation of Shavasana, let it wash over you. Inhale the sensation of new beginnings, of new opportunities, of new possibilities that emerge in every cycle again and again. Rest in the security and the trust and the awareness that it's never forever over. There's always new options and new beginnings. And from here, you can start to awaken yourself again. If you want to stay longer, however, in Shavasana, you can stay. Otherwise, come back into seated. From your knees, palms open, see if you can embody that intention and guide it into your heart, palms towards your heart space. Let it melt, warm and soft into your being. See if you can picture it manifesting, it already being a reality. How your being changes if it's already a reality, and let that happen. Bring the palms together. Speak your own silent grace and thank you for these teachings of yoga that we get to share. The gratitude you have for your own self, your body. Bring it to the forehead and bow